What's going on, guys? It is the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you another video. It's a different type of video that I haven't done on this channel before. It's called a park review. I know several enthusiasts have done these, such as Coaster Studios. I felt like trying it because I just recently went to Michigan's Adventure, and I had a pretty good time here. Very good, actually. But here is my park review for it. Roller coasters is what I'm going to start with. Overall, their coaster collection could be better. They have two kid coasters, which is excellent for the younger ones. They have a smaller steel coaster called Big Dipper, even though it's not that big, and a wooden coaster called Zack Zoomer, which could be a family wooden coaster or a kid wooden coaster, whatever you could prefer it. And their two aerodynamics coasters are two pretty good steel coasters. They're not the best roller coasters out there, but they're just okay. They have a wild mouse coaster built by Aerodynamics and an Aero corkscrew model. Their Aerodynamics corkscrew model is named Corkscrew. It's the oldest coaster at Michigan's Adventure. And the three most major thrilling coasters at their park are a Vekoma SLC called Thunderhawk, a Din Corporation wooden coaster called Wolverine Wildcat, and a CCI wooden coaster called Shivering Timbers. But their most notable coasters in the eyes of many is Shivering Timbers. Thunderhawk is their newest coaster, built in 2008, and Corkscrew, which is the original coaster of Michigan's Adventure. Let's move on to their coaster gaps. Now, I think this park needs two new roller coasters that are out of this world and very good and fairly cheap. I think a nice GCI wooden coaster that's 100 feet tall, goes 50 miles per hour, give it in between 2,000 and 3,000 feet of track, and give it some nice airtime moments, and overall it's a good ride. They could also add a nice looping coaster, and they don't really have any good seat configurations, really, besides their Thunderhawk seat configuration is what they're lacking. I think a B&M wing coaster would be a nice fit at Michigan's Adventure. Give it a wing over drop and 3 more inversions. It'd be a nice, smaller wing coaster that would be pretty good. And they should also RMC Wolverine Wildcat due to its roughness. But let's move on to their water ride lineup. They have a cool slide type water ride that's actually in the park, even though it's more of a water slide than a water ride. I count it as a water ride. It's called Hydro Blaster. There's two different slides, a black slide and a green slide, and they provide some pretty good thrilling experiences. They also have Loggers Run, which is a nice log ride, Grand Rapids, which is a roaring rapid style ride, Bumper Boats, which you can't find at too many amusement parks, Adventure Falls, which is a very good water ride that gets you very wet, On the Ride or Not, and on that bridge. Okay, moving on to Swan Boats. It's a swan, I don't really know. It's a boat ride that you control a swan around the lake, and they also have Speed Splashers, which is their kids' boat ride. And overall, I think Michigan's Adventure has a very good water ride lineup. I got to ride most of these water rides, so I really like their lineup of water rides. And if you're a water ride machine and you love water rides, this is the park for you if you want to ride lots of water rides. But overall, Michigan's Adventure is kind of lacking in the flat rides, and I tried to find the most thrilling family rides, and I rode 3 kind of thrilling family rides. One of those rides was Sea Dragon, which is a Viking ship style ride. If you sit in the very outsides of the ride, or row or car, whatever you like to call it, you get some great airtime or hang time. And when you're in the air, it's a very cool experience. They also have Thunderbolt, which you swoop left and right. It's a pretty cool family ride. And Tilt-A-Whirl, which, yeah, this is not the right Tilt-A-Whirl, but Tilt-A-Whirls you guys probably already know about them. They're fun family rides that are found at tons of parks. I really like these Tilt-A-Whirl style rides. Overall, solid rides. Water Park. I'm going to talk about Michigan's Adventures Water Park. They have 3 wave pools. 3 wave pools. 3 wave pools is mind-blowing for Michigan's Adventure. When it comes to comparing other parks, water parks, 3 wave pools is very impressive. They also have a nice slide complex called Snake Pit. They have some other nice spotty slides called Sidewinders. There's some nice slides that recently got repainted. They also have Ridge Rider and Wild Slide, which are 2 very fast slides. I believe Wild Slide is the orange, very fast speed slide, and Ridge Rider is the yellow slide that has a few drops and some nice little pops of airtime for some reason. And there's several kids rides and attractions for the younger ones and younger kids. But there are 3 major water slides are Mine Shaft, Mammoth River, and the Funnel of Fear. The Funnel of Fear, you have to carry this tube all the way to the top to ride this ride, which does kind of stink, but it's a pretty fun ride. But the lines tend to be kind of long for this ride. They also have Mine Shaft and Mammoth River. They're 2 very good water slides. They're very long, very fun. Overall, nice attractions. They also have Cyclone Zone, which is a tube slide complex, and a lazy river. And for the animals category, they actually recently added for this year, 2016, Funland Farm. And they did kind of need this, but I'd rather Michigan's Adventure get a brand new roller coaster, at least a coaster in general. But Funland Farm, I'm not mad about this attraction at all, even though I didn't really try it when I was there. There were some animals there. It's a nice attraction for the younger ones and people that don't really like to ride roller coasters. They could look at some animals while the kids ride some other rides. But what is Michigan's Adventure lacking in? Overall, I really like this park. It isn't my favorite park in the world, but they are a great place to go. And I spent 2 days there for this year in 2016, which is kind of weird, but pretty nice because I got to ride several rides on their roller coasters. But for their major throwing flat rides, Michigan's Adventure desperately needs a drop tower. I really like drop towers, and I think a nice 150-foot tall drop tower would be a nice fit. Maybe they could do an S&S triple tower. One of the towers could be like 80 feet tall, one could be 150 feet tall, and then the next one could be about 200 feet tall. But overall, I think they're also lacking in very good and smooth roller coasters. Shivering Timbers is getting kind of rough, so I think they should renovate their current wooden coasters because Wolverine Wildcat, definitely the worst coaster I've ridden. It should be RMC'd and become one of the best coasters I've ridden eventually. And they should get some brand new roller coasters, like what I said earlier, the B&M Wing Coaster and the GCI Woody. And they should also expand their water park with a massive slide complex with some nice tube slides with some cool drops. I think this would be a nice fit. One of those tropical plunge style slide complexes, kind of like the one at Kings Island, would be a nice fit as of the trapdoor slides because Michigan's Adventure does not have any trapdoor slides. And they have some pretty cool tube slides in there too for the families and kids that don't like trapdoor slides or people that don't like trapdoor slides. But thank you for watching my Michigan's Adventure Park review. This video was kind of a longer video, but overall, I was just talking about my thoughts on my visit on Michigan's Adventure and what they needed. And I recommend to spend a day here. It's not the best park in the world, but if you get this park knocked out in one day, I think that's how you can do it. Just go to the water park for a few hours, ride some roller coasters a few times. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.